My girlfriend left me for a millionaire. 11 years later, I became the bank manager who rejected her loan. When I was 21, I was completely in love. Her name was Chloe. We'd been together for almost 4 years. I wasn't rich. I wasn't popular. I was just a guy working 2 jobs while finishing college. But I loved her, and I thought that was enough. I was wrong. One night, she asked me to meet her at a restaurant. The moment I sat down, I knew something was off. She barely looked at me, barely spoke. Then she finally said it. I think we want different things in life. I asked what she meant. She glanced toward the parking lot. A brand new Porsche was sitting outside, and standing next to it was a man nearly twice our age. Expensive suit, luxury watch, perfect smile. Then she said the words I never forgot. Love doesn't pay bills. A week later, she moved in with him. Just like that. 4 years together. Gone. I was crushed. For months, I replayed that conversation in my head, wondering what I could have done differently. Then one day, I got tired of feeling sorry for myself. So I got to work. I finished school, earned certifications, started at the bottom of a local bank, worked insane hours, missed holidays, missed weekends, missed birthdays. But I kept moving forward, year after year, promotion after promotion, until eventually, I became regional branch manager. Life was good, peaceful, and Chloe became a distant memory, or so I thought. 11 years later, my assistant walked into my office. There's a client asking for special approval on a business loan. I nodded. Send them in. The door opened, and I nearly dropped my coffee. It was Chloe. For a second, neither of us moved. Then her eyes widened. She recognized me instantly. The confident smile vanished from her face. Apparently, the millionaire she'd left me for had lost everything. Bad investments, debt, lawsuits. The lifestyle she chose had collapsed. Now she was trying to start a small business, and she desperately needed financing from my bank. For the next 30 minutes, we reviewed paperwork, mostly in silence. Finally, she looked up and quietly laughed. I guess life has a weird sense of humor. I smiled politely. Sometimes. Then she asked the question I knew was coming. Are you married? No, she nodded, almost relieved. Then she said something unexpected. You know, leaving you was the biggest mistake of my life. There it was, the sentence I imagined hearing for years, the sentence I thought would make me feel victorious. But strangely, it didn't, because the pain had disappeared a long time ago. I wasn't that heartbroken college kid anymore. I was someone else now, someone she'd never really known. A few minutes later, I finished reviewing her application. Then I looked at the numbers, and my heart sank, because there was a problem, a serious one. Her business plan wasn't viable. The debt ratio was terrible. The risk was too high. The bank couldn't approve it. Not because of our history, because of the facts. I looked her in the eyes and said quietly, I'm sorry, the loan is denied. For a moment, she just stared at me. Then she nodded, slowly. She knew I was telling the truth. As she stood to leave, she stopped at the door, turned around, and asked, if things had been different, would we have made it? I thought about it for a second, then answered honestly, maybe, but we're not those people anymore. Tears filled her eyes, not because I rejected her loan, but because she finally understood something. She hadn't lost me that day. She lost the future we could have built together. She quietly thanked me, then walked away, and I never saw her again. A year later, I heard her business eventually succeeded through another investor. And strangely, that made me happy, because life isn't about watching people fail. It's about reaching a point where their choices no longer control your happiness. Morale: the best revenge isn't proving someone wrong. It's building a life so good that you no longer care who doubted you.